facing the Brutus speech. सभी सब्र रखें, रोमवासी, देशवासी और मेरे प्रेमी, जरा मुझे सुनिए। कृपया शांत रहिए ताकि आप मुझे सुन सकें। मेरे हुनर पर विश्वास करें। अपने बुद्धि और अपने होश को जागरूक करें ताकि आप मेरे हुनर पर जांच कर सकें। अगर यहां उपस्थित कोई सीजर का दोस्त है तो उससे मैं कहना चाहता हूं कि ब्रूटस का प्यार सीजर के लिए उस दोस्त से कम नहीं था। फिर भी वो दोस्त अगर पूछता है कि फिर भी ब्रूटस ने ये काम सीजर के लिए क्यों किया, कि सीजर के खिलाफ क्यों खड़ा हुआ, तो ब्रूटस का यही जवाब है।
ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं सीजर को प्यार नहीं करता था।
ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं सीजर को प्यार नहीं करता था, पर ऐसा है कि मैं रोम को ज्यादा प्यार करता था। क्या आप चाहते कि सीजर जिए और आप मरे, या फिर सीजर मरे और आप सब फ्री मैन रहे?
We are behind time, but
one goal, that is health goals,
No.
career goals, financial goals,
No.
family goals, social
I'm asking you. You said I have written specifically. What kind of goals you have written?
Mostly business goals.
Business is only one part.
Yeah.
So 7 aspects of goals. Once again, I repeat for everyone: health. Number 2, career. Number 3, financial goals. Number 4, family goals. Number 5, social goals. Number 6, hobby goals. And finally, spiritual goals. Because one day will come when we have to depart, as Steve Jobs says. One day will definitely be the last day of my life. And if you consider every morning this is the last day of my life, which I have started, I consider he's a technology guru. If you consider every day that this is the last day of my life, you start enjoying your life immensely, and you do many things which otherwise you will not be able to do. Okay? So we'll have a body language. Just watch, these are the leaders, world leaders. Yeah, no, comment. What does it appear?
What is holding him and that person is not holding
properly.
It's not.
So there is warmth and very friendliness, warmth in his hugging the hug.
Who, warm?
Narendra Modi's hug.
Yes.
Narendra is more.
Yes.
Narendra Modi seems to be very happy to receive him
Yes.
and hug him.
Uh-huh.
The other counterpart is not that happy.
But he is also quite happy.
Both are happy.
But he's not holding the.
So both their relationship is known to be very close, and because of that they have a more familiar this thing. That's why the hug. They are more. They know each other more, and the
No, you look only at the body language.
yes, the body language.
It's a warm welcome.
Warm. Yes.
Modi's hand appears to be higher than.
Absolutely. Modi appears, yes. Yes, any other?
Warm welcome.
Warm. Yes. Next.
Compliment.
They move eye contact each other.
Yes, any comment?
There's a distance between them.
Yes, there is
It's a
distance.
little bit of artificial.
Artificial, yes. Yes,
For the photograph.
just for the photo. Next. You see, pictures tell a tale, as they say. Next.
Aggressive.
No, it's
No,
very
Cordial.
jovial.
It's friendly.
It's cordial, very cordial.
Friendly, jovial, cordial, yes. Next.
Who was the other leader actually?
Who's this?
Tony Abbott.
Tony.
Australian. Yes.
Yeah, this is nice.
एकदम joyful.
Modi is over then.
All three are equal.
All happy to see each other.
Any comment, any other comment? What about Barack?
He's bending down.
He's trying to be
Oh,
over
he's
Barack.
looking at the
So
other
his handshake when
He seems to be having an upper hand.
Handshake with shows
He's
He is
having
the
upper
final
hand.
he's the final.
Yes.
Over Barack.
Between Modi and Barack, who appears to be more confident?
Obama.
Obama.
Absolutely. See how he is holding his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, his shoulder is dropping.
Yes. And he's a yes. What you have to say?
Authoritative.
Who is authoritative?
Both actually have a posture of firmness.
Pardon?
Both are very authoritative. Both have a posture of. It's a. Both are very strong. If you see even his hand and as well as his hand.
But why Barack is looking some other side?
He's
not
telling
No eye
something.
contact. Probably
He's
he's saying
authoritative and
something.
cold.
Yes.
He's telling something.
He's giving some
Yes.
order to do or something.
Okay.
Not
Next.
order. Telling something. He cannot order him.
Next.
No.
Cold. Uninterested. Absolutely not interested.
No, completely not interested.
Yes.
Both very cold to each other.
No interest.
Not agreeing to some.
See, so both hands are closed. That actually means
Yes.
they both are
They're not transparent.
However,
Absolutely.
Putin seems to be confident.
Pardon?
Putin seems to be
No, he's also closed. Putin is closed. Both.
Both have
He's uninterested.
both have fought with each other. So
Next.
Both are cold.
Going to beat each other.
I अगर ये होता है ना, who will do it first?
Congratulate.
arrogant.
Questioning each other.
Yes. Next.
Happy with
Friendships.
We'll meet once again.
Yes. Happy meeting one.
Yeah, once again
Yes.
we'll meet.
Next.
Distance.
Now Modi is firm and harsh.
Yes.
A more professional approach.
Modi is having an upper hand.
Yes. Modi is having an upper hand. Yeah. Next.
China is still not there.
This is the last one.
He's thinking.
Okay. Now, see, these are the captured moments. But wherever we go, whenever we speak, whenever we meet anyone, they are uncaptured moments. But the moments are there. So therefore, you have to be conscious about your body language. Whatever is in your mind will be stated by your body. And so far as body language is concerned, it is 65% communication by the body language if you are meeting one another, and only 35% what you speak. The words. How you speak is a part of the body language. How you speak, what we have been talking about, modulation, is a part of the body. Because on the telephone when you speak, it's only how you speak. The cordiality, the crispness of the sentences, the lack of verbosity, and that will show your confidence. So therefore, all these things are extremely important if you want to have a very neat and healthy life. When I say neat, means everything significant. Each minute you are doing something creative. Your self-esteem goes up by the minute. And you become more productive. And you are more relaxed. The moment, you see, all the time when we are under tension, to my mind, it is because we feel we are inadequate. We are not adequate enough to face the time, to face the situation.
Consequences?
No, not if you consider the situation. It's just as if I have gone to see somebody and I am not confident, that means I am not able to face the situation. So those things should be avoided. And language is another area. We must know the language properly. Now some people say in Gujarati I can speak very well. I said okay, you try to speak in Gujarati. It's the same. It's the same. You see, speaking ability, clarity, respect for the language is not language specific. It is in your mind. It is your attitude. See how important is communication. I consider language is the only difference between animals and human beings. Now, if there was no language, do you think we would be sitting there and these star hotels, etc.? No. It will be as maybe a little better than.
So one thing is also there, which is a conscious analyzing behavior of humans.
They are, you see, they also have the brains. Animals also have the brains. If brains were not there, they will not be any animal because they will not be able to hunt. How they plan. So the difference is only spoken language. Spoken language brings people together, and that is its importance. So now, can we have some modulation exercises? Some speeches which were left out. 10-15 minutes we'll have some exercises. Then I'll talk to you about interpersonal skills and how to be a good listener. To speak like him. All that you have to do is raise the pitch a little bit and modulate to the extent it is required. Yeah. Yes.
On page 24, we have the speech by Martin Luther King. In fact, we had seen a small portion of the video yesterday. The video is available on YouTube. You can actually access it.
But that's not the end of it. Don't try to copy. Try to develop your own style.
One of the reasons why this video is so, the speech is so important, apart from the content, delivering this speech in the manner the speaker has delivered it is quite difficult for three reasons. Number one, the sentences are really long. Number two, the vocabulary is slightly difficult, words are tough to pronounce. And to make things even more challenging, the pitch of the sentences is at very high, as you will find on YouTube. So what Martin Luther King says, I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. 50 years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of captivity. But 100 years later, we must face the tragic fact that the Negro is still not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity. 100 years later, the Negro is still languishing in the corners of American society and finds himself in exile in his own land. So we have come here today to dramatize an appalling condition.
Okay, thank you. Now please come. Each one. Raise your pitch a little bit and say, I am happy to, yes.
I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation.
You have to reduce the pace. As I said yesterday, reduce the pace, smaller phrases you can say. I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom as Amit has. Yes.
Take a breath before each line, it will be possible.
I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. 50 years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon, light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who have been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of captivity. But 100 years later, we must face the tragic fact that Negro is still not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity. 100 years later, the Negro is still languishing in the corners of American society and find himself in exile of his own land. So we have come here today to dramatize an appalling condition.
Thank you. Give you a big hand.
We have come to a nation's capital to cash a check. When the architects of our own republic wrote the magnificent words of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, they were signing a promissory note to which every American has to fall heir. This note was a promise that all men would be guaranteed the inalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It is obvious today that America has defaulted on this promissory note so far as her citizens of color are concerned. Instead of honoring this sacred obligation, America has given the Negro people a bad check which has come back marked insufficient funds. But we refuse to believe that the Bank of Justice is bankrupt. We refuse to believe that there are insufficient funds in the great force of opportunity of this nation. So we have come to cash this check, a check that will give us upon demand the riches of freedom and the security of justice. We have also come to this hallowed spot to remind America of the fierce urgency of now. This is no time to engage in the luxury of cooling off or to take the tranquilizing drug of gradualism. Now is the time to rise from the dark and desolate valleys of segregation to the sunlight path of racial justice. Now is the time to open the doors of opportunity to all of God's children. Now is the time to lift our nations from the quicksand of racial injustice to the solid rock of brotherhood.
Thank you. Give him a big hand.
It would be fatal for the
Raise your speech a little. It would be fatal.
It would be fatal for the nation to overlook the urgency of the moment and to underestimate the determination of the Negro. This sweltering summer of the Negro's legitimate discontent will not pass until there is an invigorating autumn of freedom and equality. "1963 is not an end, but a beginning. Those who hope that the Negro needed to blow off steam and will now be content will have a rude awakening if the nation returns to business as usual. There will be neither rest nor tranquility in America until the Negro is granted his citizenship rights. The whirlwinds of revolt will continue to shake the foundations of our nation until the bright day of justice emerges."
Give him a big hand. Thank you.
There is something that I must say to my people who stand on the warmth of...
If you can raise the pitch a little more. But there is something that I must say to my people.
But there is something that I must say to my people who stand on the warm threshold which leads into the palace of justice. In the process of gaining our rightful place, we must not be guilty of wrongful deeds. Let us not seek to satisfy...
Maintain the enthusiasm, because we must not be... It was feeble. No. But there is something that I must say to my people in the process of... Say with same enthusiasm. Yes.
Let us not seek to satisfy our thirst for freedom by drinking from the cup of bitterness and hatred. We must forever conduct our struggle on the high plane of dignity and discipline. We must not allow our creative protest to degenerate into physical violence. Again and again, we must rise to the majestic heights of meeting physical force with soul force. The marvelous new military which has engulfed the Negro community must not lead us to distrust of all white people. For many of our white brothers, as evidenced by their presence here today, have come to realize that their destiny is tied up with our destiny, and their freedom is inextricably bound to our freedom. We cannot walk alone.
Give her a big hand. Thank you.
And as we walk, we must make a pledge that we shall march ahead. We cannot turn back. There are those who are asking the devotees of civil rights, when will you be satisfied?
When will you be satisfied? We
When?
can never be satisfied. Yes.
When will you be satisfied? We can never be satisfied as long as our bodies, heavy with the fatigue of travel, cannot gain lodging in the motels of highways and hotels of cities. We cannot be satisfied as long as the Negro's basic mobility in smaller ghettos to a larger one. We cannot be satisfied as long as a Negro in Mississippi cannot vote and a Negro in New York believes he has nothing to vote for. No, no, we are not satisfied. We will not be satisfied unless the justice rolls down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream.
Give me a big hand. Thank you. Next.